video. Sorry about that chime. I didn't see what that said. Here's 2:32 p.m. This is today, August 17th, 2017. This happened like 24 hours ago. This is where I was nearly murdered 8.5 weeks ago in the lobby. And right now, before I start this video, I really need to call the cops, the detectives who haven't called me back in 8.5 weeks since I was nearly murdered. And people like Dianne Feinstein don't get back to you, and Nancy Pelosi, etc. And I believe they know all this stuff is going on. And I just posted a video about the Housing Authority and reporting it to them, and they don't lift a finger either. And the THC, which is below the Housing Authority here, but supposed to be taking care of this building, they're not doing anything either. Anyway, this happened yesterday, about 24 hours ago. Just some thug I never saw before in my life. He looks like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, if you get a quick look at him. And he looks like his arms are kind of jacked. You can't see in the video, but he balls up his right fist at me. And that's why I end up calling the cops a little bit later in the video. Because I don't know who any of these people are. I've lived here 6.5 months, and you know, I don't know what's in their minds, you know, but nothing good, it seems. That's him. I never met this guy before in my life, and he's saying, you know, help myself, and he's going to say something about a concierge in a second. You know, he's probably, you know, just, as they say in the movie Magnum Force, dog nuts. He's just dog nuts, and it doesn't have anything to do with a pit bull, I hope. Maybe he's got one too. I wish I could hang out here with you and do more commentary, but again, I got to dial the nearby police here that should have been doing something in the last 8 weeks, and you know, I got to worry that they'll just come over here and throw me in jail for something. You know, maybe they'll find these videos on the web and they'll say, oh, we'll fabricate something against them, and they'll do it with Dianne Feinstein's blessing and Nancy Pelosi's blessing and everybody else's also. You just don't know. You know, there's a new movie, The Only Living Boy in New York, and Kate Beckinsale has a line, you don't even know how the world works, or something like that. I mean, do any of us? I mean, they do what they can to keep, you know, the subterfuge and the skullduggery behind the scenes, so we don't know, you know. And of course, you know, the main way it works is money. Yeah. Guess he knows the word concierge. Here he is. He doesn't look too much on the up and up, right? He could pass for dangerous, right? So I want you to see me. Let me jump ahead to making a phone call.
It was right at the front door. Okay. And the front desk clerks were witnessing it, and there's supposed to be video, and you need to pick this thing up.
What happened?
He balled his fist up at me, you know, saying every kind of crazy thing like, I'm his concierge, and I should go, you know, open the door for him or something. And then hopefully there's video and hopefully it's recorded.
Do you want to meet with the officers?
No. You know, I'm with somebody. I have things to do, but you know, again.
Okay, well, we're not going to go out there. It's just the information. If you're not meeting with the officers, just information for them.
Try to get that video and send non-emergency police then. No?
No, we don't want to do it. That's why it's on video, so you can get it. If I'm dead, you still have the evidence. See how that works? SFPD in the shadow of Silicon Valley at the latest time in the history of the earth.
You have to get the video for the officers, so we don't go out there if you're not meeting with them.
I guess you don't understand how this world works. They're not going to give me that video. Why would they do that?
You have to be there to meet with an officer.
You're like a serious authority. I was nearly murdered in the lobby 8.5 weeks ago, and the officers couldn't get the video then.
But you have to meet with an officer. I'm not talking about what happened weeks ago. I'm talking about today. If you want
Oh, there's no weeks later? Is that what's going on now?
I'm not going to argue with you.
Apparently not.
It's information for the officer.
See, this seems to be a game in the dispatch world, whether it's 911 or non-emergency dispatch. You always characterize the other person as arguing with you, yelling at you, etc. Gives you the right to hang up. We got to fine them $1,000 anytime they hang up. In an unjustified manner, and we can't allow the court to say, "Oh no, they don't get that fine. We're not going to fine them for that," because it just comes out of the same city pay, and this is the way the corrupt unions, the city, county, state, and federal unions, feel like they're above the law, because it comes out of the same coffers. So they don't fine them in the first place, like regular citizens. It's like they set up this us against them philosophy.
Are you transferring this call up to Diane Feinstein's office or someone or City Hall? Can you transfer it, please?
No, I cannot, sir.
Is there a captain I can speak to?
She won't transfer me to a captain, to Diane Feinstein, and she says no, she cannot transfer me. Maybe she really could, and she's just lying. Again, lying to a citizen, that should be like a year in jail. Because if a citizen's caught doing that, lying to an officer, that's perjury. But it's perfectly fine under the law, and I'm sure Dianne Feinstein and, Barbara Boxer and, Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris, they're all fully well aware of that, and they're down with it.
Have you got a supervisor?
Let's stop yelling and stop arguing, okay?
Have you got a supervisor?
Playing that game again. I'm frantic that she's going to hang up in a second. It's pretty obvious she's setting it up for that. And so I say, "Do you have a supervisor?" And she goes, "Stop yelling at me." What a jackass, huh?
Information out for the officers. The question is,
Have you got a...
if you want to...
Oh, the question is, I'll tell you what the question is. Yeah, I'm the police officer. I'm the genius here. I'm the genius. We're in the shadow of Silicon Valley. Engineer Central for Planet Earth and Physicist Central. But, the police are the big geniuses. Most of them not having finished, college. Just getting a high school degree and going into the police academy. But they're the big geniuses. Yeah, because we carry guns. It makes us feel smart. Makes us feel like we got the right answer. Because you're going to, when we have you by the balls, your hearts and minds will follow. So you're going to have to do whatever we say, because we got guns. Right or wrong, be damned.
But then you said no.
Have you got a supervisor?
And there it is.
911.
They just hang up on
San
me.
Francisco, California, United States of America.
All right. Ain't we proud?